What up to my peoples, and welcome back to Retro Crunch, your nostalgia show that's all about pop culture, movies, music, and games that relates to all things 70s, 80s, and 90s. Alright guys, so today I'm going to do a little story time, and it's mainly going to be first about a Facebook article that I found, and then I want to tell you guys a little bit about probably my oldest or earliest childhood memory of Christmas. And first of all, I was on Facebook recently and I saw this article about a little girl who I think she was either 7 or 6 years old in Edinburgh, Texas, I think it was. And this little girl had been given an assignment by the teacher. The whole class, I believe, got an assignment by the teacher. And they had to basically write a story about something that they needed and something that they wanted for Christmas. And this little girl wrote that she wanted a ball, she wanted food, and she wanted a blanket. And man, this really resonated with me because I remember growing up not having a lot myself. And I know that of all the things that this little girl could have asked for, I thought it was really, really interesting that she only asked for these items. The ball was evidently for her brother, and the food, I'm sure it was because she was hungry, and the blanket, I believe that the teacher later said that the little girl had said that the house was kind of cold. But the teacher also said that this girl came to school every day with a smile on her face, and she was always happy. I know that there's people out there that have issues, or they have problems going on in their lives, and you might not know about it. You might see these people at school or at work or just in your normal routines that you don't know what type of situation they're in. They could be really struggling with some things and some things really going on in their lives. So anyway, with that, I want to go on to my story time. Now, when I was about 6 years old, I remember we lived in this little bitty town in Oklahoma. I think it was Oklahoma. And my parents were broke. We had nothing. We lived in a little bitty house, didn't hardly have anything to our name. But I do remember it still being a great Christmas. And it's the first Christmas that I do remember, and I remember going downstairs, and we didn't really have any presents, but we did have a couple stockings or stocking stuffers. So I went downstairs, and I remember the first thing that I opened out of the stocking stuffer was a motorcycle, and I pulled that motorcycle out, and it was a Evel Knievel motorcycle. I think it was red and white and maybe blue as well. I think it had stars on it. And this little motorcycle, you put in this little zip line and pull it back real fast, and it would zip off and take off, and oh man, it was so fun. It pop a wheelie, and I remember taking like cardboard and making ramps and stuff. Anyway, so that was the first gift I got. The second gift I got was a Casio watch. And this Casio was cheap, man. I believe it had like 2 buttons on it. And when I got that thing, I was so happy. I loved this watch. This is the first digital watch I ever had. And I think it was the first watch I ever had. But, man, I wore this thing everywhere. I would not take it off. When my parents would try to give me baths, I wouldn't take it off for nothing. And I remember I even had, like, dirt marks on both sides of my arm after I finally took the watch off. It was clean underneath, but I'd have dirt marks there. Matter of fact, I think I broke that watch in the bathtub because I wouldn't take it off. I wanted to have it on all the time. And so anyway, so the third thing that I remember was... this one's crazy. I got a jockstrap. I have no idea why my parents would give me a jockstrap. They must have been trying to clown me, or they were just looking for stuff to put in my stocking stuffer. I hope it wasn't used. Now that I think about it, I really hope it wasn't used. I think it was in a package though. But anyway, so yeah, I guess you could use that as like a slingshot or whatever. But that was really the only gifts that I remember growing up. Also, if you guys have a story around Christmas time that you want to tell me about, I'd love to hear about that in the comment section down below. Whether it's a good story, a bad story, or your best or worst Christmas, definitely tell me about it. We can talk about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, definitely subscribe to the channel. And also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.